is Raymond Johnson, followed by Leanne King, followed by Beth Heath.
Raymond Johnson, founder and president of Biblical Concepts Ministries, live in Stratton Lane, Jacksonville, Florida. I just happened to step out to take a very important call during this vote, so I did miss that, but I understand that you just passed it, and it took me a minute to get back in here for all the news interviews. What I'd like to do is first, obviously we're speaking on this vote that you took tonight on Mr. Ahmed. Clearly, every one of you refused the information provided in an intelligence brief given to you about Mr. Ahmed, but many of you refused to return phone calls, to respond to emails, requesting meetings from myself and other professionals that would have liked to have made sure that you were receiving this information. And also, yesterday I gave all 19 council members a packet just like this with 327 citizen petition signatures opposing Mr. Ahmed, and that was clearly ignored tonight. And I would just like to say, many of you also received this press statement, press release, and I'd like to, in addition to the 327 people that their opinion was ignored tonight, would like to read off the opposition of those that signed off on this press release. Reverend Jerry Moore, my associate pastor at Marietta Church of God, Pastor Bruce Armstrong, West Meadows Baptist Church, Pastor Steve Whitcomb, co-pastor, Promised Land Baptist Church, Patty Jones, the music minister at Crown Point Baptist Church, Pastor Wayne Dinsbeer, associate pastor of Bay Meadows Baptist Church, Pastor Lyle Schifferdeck, Believer's Joy Worship Center, Pastor Jerry Fitch of Destiny Church, Pastor Jim Geinhardt of Inglewood Christian Church, Pastor Gene Guru of New Life Church of Park Street, Pastor John Montgomery, Cedar Creek Baptist Church, Pastor Noel Roberts of Bethel Temple Assembly of God, Pastor Clarence Gerald, Harvest-Town Church of God, who happens to be the vice president of my ministry. He serves as the chaplain of the FOP, Pastor Steve DeVos of Lane Avenue Church of God, and also the business and community leaders that was ignored tonight, Mr. Fitzhugh Powell, who's written the majority of you a maximum check if he supported you, Attorney William Pizzetti, a native of Iraq, Imad Herfy, Terry Temple, Sam Nettles of Patriot Mania, Rick Hartley, business and community leader, Mike Jackson, Gene Thigpen, small business owners, Troy and Kathy Cooner, small business owner, Larry Self, small business owner, Jared Powers, Faith for Freedom, Todd Knowles, small business owner, John Taylor, president of the West Side Republican Club, Betty Hayes, the vice president of the Republican Club, Kay Durden, retired small business owner, and my father, small business owner. These are folks that you decided to ignore their opinion, and we'll come back and speak more. I'm disappointed that we did not get ample time to share these facts with the council. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Ms. Daniels, you have a question?
Through the chair. Let me ask you a question. Do you, first of all, I'm familiar with your ministry. And I heard Randy say that there was 3 categories of the reason why people voted. They were either ignorant, incompetent, or invaded. Do you think that possibly somebody is voting for Mr. Ahmad that may not fit in this category?
I'm not sure, but I do understand that you just voted for him, and I have a lot of respect for you personally, so I'm really shocked, so I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to understand, do you believe in constitutional rights, freedom of thought, people making just...
You have the right to vote that way, but that vote was treasonous, period.
Okay, let me ask you this. You know me.
I do.
You know
I
me.
respect you a lot.
Okay, so I want to ask you this question. I met with Mr. Parv, and first of all, I looked through the information, and there were so many things that just didn't jive.
Is there a question there, Mr. Daniels?
Yes, I'm going to the question. There were so many things that didn't come together. Are you aware that there's a lot of information that was put in the information given out that just was not so?
Ma'am, I know the facts about the guy.
But I'm just saying to you, the facts of how we look at it.
It's very clear. I've seen the FBI wiretap in the early 1990s.
And so, but I want to ask you this. The Islamic Society of North America, okay, that's the one they say Mr. Parv spoke at. one that they're not for women, right? But did you know that a woman was over that group? President?
Specifically what you're asking, I do not know.
I'm just saying, so I just wanted to,
No.
I just want to ask you, when you and I meet, we need to sit down and go over some things that I was told, there was so much conflict. I want to ask you the question, are you sure? And you need to sit down and meet with me later, we go back.
I would love to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Our next speaker is Leanne King, followed by Beth Heath,